Dan here, the 80 Speed Shop. Oh, I don't have my hat on. We were just talking about Danny's skiing schedule. It's lots. She's got quite the life she's living here, but I guess we gotta keep putting these videos out so she can afford to go. So today we're taking a break from bodywork.
Thank you.
Yeah. So today we're taking a break from bodywork, so I'm kind of doing is a little bit of bodywork and then a little bit of anything else. Then a little bit more bodywork and then anything else.
Whatever keeps you from killing yourself.
So we've got kind of both sides started. I know it's definitely a funny time to stop and the car looks terrible, but we are making progress. So today, we don't gotta show the whole car off. It looks awful on that side. At least there's not metal showing because of all that body filler. So I don't know what we're gonna see. I mean, maybe we'll just fire right off. It is fuel injected. The guy we bought it off of, he did say it did run at one point. Well, obviously it did run at one point. I'm sure it was a new car at one point.
He also said that when he was like 8 beer and Comatos in.
Yeah, he was under the influence. But I think we're gonna get under this thing. There was a sensor missing, which I just grabbed the drain plug and I put that in there, so that should be good. So we'll pull the drain plug out of it, we'll drain the oil out. I think there's actually a drain on the fuel tank here, so I'd like to drain that if there's anything in it. Pull that out. We have to run to town and get gas. He did tell me he had it running, but when it was running, something was leaking or something like that. I think I remember him saying that. So I don't know, I mean, I'm sure it's got hydraulic line or something, but I'm sure we can, I have fuel injection line here, and we can just kind of clamp it or do what we gotta do for the time being maybe. So, I mean, that's the thing. Hopefully the fuel pump's gonna work. Hopefully if the tank's not plugged. Hopefully, like, there's a whole bunch of miscellaneous. But I'm thinking, the other thing is the whole top of the transmission, he cut the tunnel out and the top of it's missing. So I don't know if it's assumed it's in neutral. We'll have to jack the back up just to make sure. I don't think there's any clutch. I don't think there's any brakes. So I think maybe over a couple of videos, it might be fun to just see if I can make those things work. And then essentially make it a bit of a driver, even though we're gonna replace all the brakes and suspension and all that sort of stuff. Having a running and driving project car makes your life so much easier for moving it. I mean, we're pretty fortunate we have the tow truck and all that, but still it's a bit of a hassle where I do work at the tow truck now. If I back into it or slam into it or whatever, the bodywork's being done. If they can just drive.
Also, this thing's so tiny, getting it on the lift is a nightmare.
It's very narrow. It's got its ups and downs. So anyways, let's get under it. Let's pull some plugs, see what happens, and kind of go from there. So this thing actually has a drain plug in it, which is quite nice. Like a 57 Chevrolet. And actually just after looking at it for 8 seconds, I'm thinking these are probably the lines he was talking about. They're all cracked. So hopefully that's what was leaking. So we can just fix that. Oh, he was a crazy person. What do we got for tools here? Oh, it's mint. Okay, do you think there's any gas in this thing? Oh, something in there? Nope, nothing in there.
It looks gross.
It does look gross.
Kind of sludgy.
Huh? There's nothing in there, which makes me think either he drained it. It does not smell like gas, though. It's kind of like water, but I don't think there's anything in there. Do I have a pokey? Anything? Nothing? Bolt. I don't think there's any sludge holding anything up in there. Oh, there we go. That is water.
How did water get in there?
Probably I don't know if there's a gas cap on this thing or anything. Just sat with snow and water on it and rain.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, it's not great, but it's actually not rusty.
That's shocking.
So, yeah, it's definitely water. Okay, well, that's step one we got to deal with, but
sludgy stuff in there.
Oh, there's definitely rust. There's gonna be a rust in the tank for sure. Or some junk at the bottom. But I mean, this is probably an original tank from who knows when. So we'll have to, but that does have a fuel filter on it before it goes in the
You know
pump.
what we should use actually for that is one of my straw cleaners. That'd
Maybe.
be a good tool for that to get to like,
I'm thinking we just put a bunch of gas in it.
oh yeah, that would be.
And then up front here, oh, I need a big wrench. But, so this was the plug, where there's like a oil temperature sender. It was missing, so I just got a drain plug and put that in there, so that's cool. And, oh yeah, I cut through one of these lines on accident. That's probably part of the problem we're gonna have now, but.
Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah, so I don't know what that even is. Like that must be the brakes portioning valve or something. So you'll have to redo that or whatever. And then we'll see if we can get the clutch rolling, which would be kind of cool. I don't know if there's any fluid in anything. That could be a big part of it. But today we're also going to go look and see, it's still draining here, if there's a guy's got a bunch of miscellaneous Volvo parts out of town. So we're gonna go see, like I mostly need trim and stuff. Okay, well it drained out, so it is what it is. But I think he might have a bunch of miscellaneous, so I wanna go kind of make a list as to what's happening there. So that's cool. Okay, let's plug this off. I might just put a little bit of gas or something in there and let it kind of drain out just cause. And then there's not gonna be much oil in the thing because that sensor was missing out of the side of it. Unfortunately, there's a paper towel. So anyway, let's drain the what's left of the oil, and then we'll put oil in it. And then I guess maybe when your seat will turn over, we'll get some gas. You wanna do that? We'll get the keys to the truck. Maybe we'll get a little breakfast sandwich.
The camera wanted a moment.
So we are, I can't find my funnels. I got a bunch, but I'll just lube tech it. So there's oil in it, pulled the filter off. Someone put an aftermarket inline block heater thing in, which is a hassle to get the oil filter. Probably could have been easier actually from the top, but we'll put this in there. And actually, I have, is the green truck out front?
No, we haven't. Oh yes, it is actually.
I got some Lucas goo, so I'll put that in there. Actually, we should see. Oh, we looked at any of this stuff.
What's that?
This is the empty brake fluid reservoir. And then this is the clutch. Holy moly. I need a pair of,
We're in 4x4 mode, baby.
holy. Hard on my hands. Maybe there's just no fluid in anything. Maybe he just drained everything. Now we put some fluid in and it'll all just work. What are we zoning in on?
A piece of your hair that's stuck there.
Maybe it's your hair.
And I don't have long blonde hair.
Maybe it's the previous owners.
He also did not have long blonde hair.
He might have when he worked on this last. Hopefully it's not rust holding this together. Oh, I guess, you know what? I wonder if... Holy Toledo. Well, that's probably one of the reasons there's no clutch. Okay, I wonder... Well, I guess this will probably just leak if I put brake fluid in it, because I have that line cut. Maybe we'll have some front brakes. Or just put something in here and see if anything leaks. I bet I could try and just take that master off and see if it does anything. I don't remember if it leaked brake fluid when I cut it or not. Now that I'm thinking. But you know what? Even if it did, it would being a dual pod, it wouldn't drain the fronts and the backs. So either we have a leak or something. Oh, there's little O-rings that have Like, oh man, this is holding a lot of brake fluid. Okay, well, we'll see. Are you filming me while you take a TikTok? Okay, so that's cool. Let's see if I can let's spray some of these lines down. Compressed air. If I can take that off, we might be able to. Because even if there's junk in here, it has to go up and around. So that's not too bad. Okay, let's see if we can get a wrench on there and take that off right quick. Where are my line wrenches, Danielle? Oh, found them. Oh, we're still filming?
Well, my hand was busy with my phone.
What?
My other hand was busy with my phone.
Oh, so we're just gonna let it.
Just let them see how I filmed it. Which is not anything different than what they would expect.
They're gonna see the magic. Can I even get in here easy? Oh, is it bigger? What heck size is this? Feels like that's wrong. What is it? Is it metric?
It is Swiss.
Well, I don't have metric line wrenches, I tell you what. We could put a little heat to it, I guess, if we have to. Import cars. It's clean in here and I'm tripping on stuff. Cleanish. Cleanest it's ever looked. Feels like that's too big. So it's gotta be half and it's just had a moment. Is this some sort of a... Okay. I need a minute. So I got it off with the help of fire, and it actually freed up. So, see if we can do something. Did I get you? See if well, don't stand in the spray zone.
Everywhere was the splash zone on that one.
Oh yeah, here we go. So, I guess it worked. Doesn't seem like it's leaking through where the pedal was. There's nothing running down.
It smells like acetone.
I think it smells like brake cleaner.
Which I'm pretty sure has acetone in it.
You think so? So I wonder if it maybe, where it always says something about like brake fluid, I think it attracts water or some junk, so maybe it just leaked out, or who knows what happened, or got water in there and evaporated, but it's not terrible. See if this, pump it a few times and see if it leaks. But if not, we can put it back together, maybe have a clutch, or at least this. Feel like that's fine. It's not leaking out the end. I wonder how. Do you think it's good? Well, I guess it's sucking air in when I let it rip. All right, well, I'm gonna let this just sit. Some brake fluid in, maybe that'll break up whatever's in there. We can kind of dump it out. If this can do something. And then, yeah, it's got oil in it, so that's cool. You think we should just put the battery booster on it and see if it even cranks over? Just for fun?
Yeah.
And see if there's any leaks. It's leaking brake fluid, so obviously I did cut that line. We got it off the ground, so it's in gear. It won't do nothing. Mind you, there's no gas or anything, but I hate to have it drive through the garage door. But if we do this, then we can, because I think there's keys in it. I wonder if they're even, I'm going a lot of what that man told me, where it was a good runner. Now who knows if the keys have Danny's face. It's almost like she's not trusting this ground. Put her on full tilt. Nothing seems like it's sizzling. Yet. Well, we'll see if anything happens here. I am not super confident. Oh, a light went on here. Oh, it's just got a bad connection.
Oh, smoke.
Yeah, bad connection, I'll do that. Do you want to, there was a dash light that went on of all things. This is... We can actually steal a battery or something too. You want to bump it, see if anything happens? See what happened here. Do it again. Oh, do it again. Yeah. It's fine. It sounds like a Volvo. They all sound the same. I don't think the rear wheel's spun either, so it must be in neutral. Oh, starter. Why does it make that weird noise? Cha-chunk, cha-chunk.
That's how the starter sounds when it's starting?
What's that clicking off noise? Huh. Making all sorts of clicky noises, like maybe the fuel injection works. What was that, sorry?
That's how the starter sounds, like it doesn't cha-chunk?
It could be the starter. That just seems like it's... I felt like it was going easier on one, like a spark plug was out or something, but I don't think that's the case.
I can't believe it even...
And then that whirr, that's when the starter is...
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It might just fix itself by being used.
I can't believe it even did nothing.
It did something.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it is amazing it did anything. I wonder if there's any brakes now we put some fluid in it. I feel like nothing. I think there'd be at least one circuit, but hey, one thing at a time. All right, well that's kind of a win. We could either go get gas or we can just try and spray some brake cleaner down the... You want a coffee? Is that what's happening? Okay. Well, let's... Wow, okay, so it turns over. That's step one. So it cranks, the motor's not seized. Step two is... well, we'll see if the fuel pump... I didn't hear it kick on or make any noise, but I don't know how these things work. So that just could be how it is. What is... Oh, I don't know what this is. It's on... Oh, what's that? I don't know what this is. Maybe I'll send a picture to Mer. What is this? That's for like washer fluid, maybe? This goes where? Oh, this is brakes, this thing here. Oh, that's the booster, I guess. Oh, yeah, vacuum line. So that's radiator overflow. This is booster. And this must be washer fluid. It just looks like they're two separate things. So that's a brake booster, okay. Now we're getting there, Danielle.
Oh, good. I was so worried.
Well, hey, if it went sideways, you would have a rough day.
I would have.
The day's going better than we expected. The motor's not junk. Yet. We might be junk.
By the amount of wrenches that are here while you're trying to undo that line, though, it was about 50-50.
But I found my Swedish wrench right there. Ah. That wrench is universal. So I think what had happened was this was all full of junk, like right to the top. And there's supposed to be a drain at the bottom there. You can kind of see it. But clearly it was full of stuff. Water would get in there. And then the way the gas cap works, actually kind of neat here. It just has like a rubber spring-loaded deal, which I'm sure is however old. So you literally just close and lock. Whatever. And actually the key was in and everything, so I give that guy credit. He did have all the stuff. So I think probably just got in there full of stuff. Water again, it's all rusty at the top. So we also put some fuel in it. I had just a couple of quarts there. So I put some in, we were gone for maybe half hour, 45 minutes, and drained that out. It didn't come out all rusty looking, so I'm gonna say that's a win. Whoops. Not on the brand new bodywork, Danielle. Is it leaking right out the bottom, or is it doing good still?
It's doing good.
The tank looked in good shape. I guess he must have drained it, which really the best thing to do is actually swell. Guess catch-22, how long are you gonna store it for, but so over the winter you want to fill it right to the top to avoid condensation building in there. So we'll put, I don't know, a few gallons in here and just see if we're gonna have any issues. The nice thing is actually, except it has a drain on it, it drained out so nicely we could just reuse it. If we have to drain the fuel out to fix something or do whatever, but I'm hoping the fuel tank's not garbage. I always hope that, but it's weird, like stuff from the 50s and earlier just seems like it's complete junk, but a lot of times stuff in the 60s and later, I feel like you have better luck with it working. I guess it is 15 or 20 years less rot time. Maybe this was a coveted car, people didn't. It always amazed me, like this was, every car we work on was a brand new car someone got off the lot or ordered or whatever that eventually ends up just sitting and rotting.
Car somebody was so excited to buy and take home and like choose if they wanted certain customizations or not.
So we had somebody had a payment on it.
His wife and said, "Baby, this is the one we're gonna get. Don't you love it?" And she went, "Okay."
Okay, well let's see. I don't see anything leaking. Yeah, no, exactly. And then somehow it ends up, they go on a road trip, and then somehow it ends up just a car. Well, do you think we can see if the fuel pump makes any noise? That would be ideal. Because if it's making noise, we'll see if there's any leaks. And then, again, like Buddy said, I tend to agree with them. Those lines down there look pretty rough, so we'll probably have to switch those up. But one thing at a time. What's going on here? No, this is the button. I was holding a light. An idiot. Okay. Let's see if we got any power. Oh, the dash light's on. I don't hear a fuel pump. Ooh. Oh, you know what I probably heard was the noise is there's no exhaust on it, so it's probably just compression. I don't hear fuel pump noises. You may have to turn the key while I listen for a pump, baby. Or hit it with a hammer. Or check if there's any power, I guess. Yeah. Can you turn the key to like the on position? And like on and off?
Okay, hold on. Gotta put the people.
Well, I'm in a very awkward position.
That's not their fault.
Okay. It's not buzzing or making any noises, so I guess plan B would be seeing if it's, there was a wire that went all the way to the back that I cut when I was doing the floors.
Hey, question. Do you think maybe that wire was for the fuel pump?
Well, it's right here. Do you think the yellow wire is the fuel pump wire? Well, I was putting floor pans in, Danielle. You know. Hey, at least I remembered.
Honestly, I am shocked.
Me too, to be honest with you. Let's see if there's even power at 12 volts on that. There's endless issues we could be dealing with here. It is a yellow wire, which made me think, oh, that's weird. I wonder if it was a yellow wire all by itself. Who would do something like that? What do I have for... Oh, everything's painted here. What's this have? There is no power to it. I don't think, unless I have just terrible ground. Which couldn't be in this fine hot rod. I need a grinder or something. Oh yeah, no, it's grounded. What do you think this switch does? I guess we could just join these together and see if... It might be a fuse. Oh, I wonder if it was touching the ground. Oh, there's nothing there. Okay, well, I guess
Wow, that was riveting.
we'll have to do a little diagnoses. I wonder even, where is the fuse panel on this? Is that under the hood? What is this? Huh. There's a bunch of wires. Well, maybe a wiring diagram would be handy too. Just turn that off and I'll see where the fuses are.
Why? This is so exciting.
Oh, because I'm going to Google where the fuses are in a P1800.
Never has there been more riveting television content.
Fused. Slam the ads in, Danielle. Hang on. Fuse blocks on the left-hand wheel arch in the engine bay. A left-hand wheel arch in the engine bay. Oh, 3. Oh, there's some fuses there. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of junk in. What is this, if this is what we're dealing with? Holy moly. Like, there's no way we're dealing with anything in there, are we?
I think you are.
There's got to be something else under the dash here I'm missing. Okay, well, let's regroup for a moment here while I don't lose my mind, because I feel like we're just going to run that 12-volt wire right to that fuel pump. Yeah, hi, Dan here. So it's, well, it's a new day. Basically, the fuel pump went sideways yesterday. That yellow wire was the correct wire that I cut in half, as it turns out. But, you know, I started thinking this car was not a fuel-injected car, so obviously the wire wouldn't have been in the loom. It all kind of makes sense. We jumpered it. I ran all the way to the back. It had power. It had proper ground. And we had no fuel. So I took apart the pump. I took it out. And ultimately, it's actually not so bad now because I cleaned all the junk out of it, but it's all stiff and junk. So the way this works is it has this, it's a 3 kind of dealio pump, and it goes on. Some of the little color there, but basically it's got feed, one's return and one is to the front of the car. But the pump isn't even moving or nothing. So, okay, we didn't have that, so I was like, oh, I better go on Amazon and buy a universal one, because they don't even repop these anymore. So we did that. And then last night, or yesterday afternoon, we ended up going out and meeting a guy who has a bunch of Volvo parts and stuff like that. He's kind of getting out of the game. And we got a bunch of stuff. So I actually got a grill and a nose cone, which was nice. And then I just spent the night kind of messing around, doing a lot of boring stuff. I got the clutch master, took it apart, cleaned it, put it back together. I made a new brake line because I had cut that one. And then Danny came out a couple times because she's just loves it out here. And we bled the brakes and the clutch. So the front brakes are working. Well, they're bled. I don't know if they're working. And I got one back to bleed, and then the passenger side rear, the bleeder was all screwed up. So I was like, I'll deal with that later. So we have three have brake fluid. Whether they work or not, I couldn't tell you just yet. So we'll see. The clutch, I took it all apart, like the slave and all that, and the clutch was actually depressed and then stuck that way, which is kind of weird. So I had to knock it back into place. So we actually really had to make sure if we start again that it's we have the wheels off the ground in case the transmission's in gear. But we're kind of making little bits of progress here and there. I talked to Murr about this fuel injection system, and looking at it, there's all sorts of stuff, like there's like loose hose clamps and stuff, which I was noticing yesterday. Like, why is that loose? So the way this works, basically fuel's gonna come up here, go to this little bell thing here, which this is actually the regulator. It goes through, makes a U-turn. These are all the injectors. And then it goes back out as a return back to the tank. And then there's some way, I don't know where it is in this system. What are you doing?
You had shampoo in your hair.
Well, I just had a shower. That'll happen. This thing is regulated to like 30 PSI for it to work. So that's that. Underneath, I'll show you, but it was a kerfuffle. What?
It was giant compared to this car. Like,
And it's
stand down the lift with it. Like,
the guy yesterday said he liked Volvos because he was a tall man and he fit them good.
He's taller than you, actually.
Yeah. So anyways, I have to get on there. This thing had a spider web of fuel line that went all around. It had a return back to the tank, but it was teed into the pump. Danny's yawning because even I find this boring. But, so anyway, I'm going to get under there. I'm going to take it all apart. I kind of ordered a bunch of miscellaneous stuff, and now that I see what I have, it might be a little bit of a kerfuffle, but we'll figure it out temporarily. Oh, I did a bunch of bodywork yesterday. I did this, and I did the back, actually, which, and this morning. Well, I'm kind of giving myself little 2 or 3 hour windows of bodywork and then a little bit of reward. I'm actually impressed with how it's coming out. It's not so bad. I would really like, I mean, there's a lot of ifs here. I'm not a huge fan of the fuel injection. Murr swears, oh, these Volvos, the fuel injection is fantastic, you'll love it. I hate fuel injection because I'm a dinosaur, but I just like the simplicity of carburetors and stuff. It would be nice if the brakes do work, the clutch does work. I do have to find the top of the transmission. I got to take off the other car. But if we got this thing actually running with this fuel system, then it could be like a yard drivable car, which would be very nice. I'd like to get the bottom bits of the bodywork done. I'd like to just drive it out and do the top bits over here. Always having a car that runs and drives is very nice. So anyways, I'll get this thing up in the air. I'm going to show you what I was talking about with the fuel system. I'll probably just jam that together real quick, and we'll come back to see if it's going to run. Because Danny's go to skiing, or what were you doing today?
Anything but this.
Yeah, anything but this. Correct. Oh, I left my test light down here. So, we got to go to the front here. This is our connector, which had power. I tested ground. That was all fine. Now, the way this thing was set up was this out. It wrapped around. It went into a fuel filter. Fuel filter went into the pump. And then there's 2 lines up here, which I cut. And you can see there's 2 here. One of these is a feed and one is return. I don't know which one is which. Actually, I do know. This one here is return. And you can see here there's a T in it. Will it show up? It's very, oh, there we go. I'll pull this down. See, there's a T. So the T was the return in, went into the pump, and it also went back into the tank, which seems like a ridiculously complicated way of doing this. But such is life. So I think I'm going to eliminate the T. I'm going to have, I got just a universal pump. This is like we see on like F-150s of the fuel injection kind of deal. Unfortunately, I misread the size of this fitting, which is ginormous. I was going to do a filter in, then this, and then out, but the filter I got was this side. So I always like when you have a filter pre-pump, especially there's rust and stuff in the tank. I'm going to see if I have one around here, just like a clear plastic one. Those are not ideal for under the car. They can get beat up with rocks and stuff like that, but for this it'll be fine. Into this, out into the system, and then back into the tank, and we'll see if that'll work. Again, this is just, we're kind of going through one thing at a time. So it cranks, that's good. Step 2, let's get fuel to it. Step 3, we'll see if we have, well, fuel and stuff like that at the front. The injectors, they could be all gummed up. And then obviously ignition is going to be a next big one. So I'm going to rip all this apart and kind of put this together. It might just kind of be semi-temporary permanent. I'm still fighting out if I just want to switch this over to carburetors. I'm not going to lie, I don't know what it all entails, but I got to assume it's like some sort of a distributor instead of carbs. The other car, it's a carbureted car, but the carburetors and all that were stolen off of it. So I have the intake manifold and I have all that sort of stuff. So if I can find a set of side draft carbs, I might go that way, Mur. Sorry. But if we actually like this thing and want to go on a road trip, the trusting of an old, whatever it is, fuel injection system is just not for me. Honestly, you need a small block Chevy, and that's what Danny told me to do. Get on the road and put a small block Chevy in it, and we might do that. So I'm going to take this all apart. This is a schmozzle. Fuel injection is supposed to have kind of special clamps, which just has none of, but I guess it's only 30 PSI, so maybe it's fine. I don't know. Anyway, let's get after it. The only thing that's going to be an issue is I think this is 1/2 inch, and I believe the feed, well, that might be 3/8, so it might be a bit of an ordeal, but we'll figure it out. I'll just do a little body work here. So I was taking it all apart, and the fuel tank has had a couple of little pinholes in it. So that's a bummer.
That's weird, we didn't notice it yesterday.
Well, I think it was because I had took this line off and just kind of jostled it, you know? Kind of one of those situations, so. Luckily, body filler is great for fuel tank repair. Mur says it's temporary, but you can do as long as you want. I'm just kind of put a little coat on here. I cut some. I actually originally thought it was the hose, because it was kind of sticking out and stuff, but it was the tank itself. So I got I had a brass wire wheel, kind of cleaned it up a little bit, got that all taken care of. Otherwise, I had to drain all the fuel out. That was terrible. So now we have our feed into the filter, and I made like a little expansion joint here with some barbed fittings. So that's good, and that's all connected up. So this will just go in here. We'll have to, do something like that. You hold it? Yeah. So a couple of zip ties. I lost the bolt to tighten this all together, but whatever. We'll figure it out. A couple of zip ties for the time being, and then I have the return line right there, which is ready to go. I'm just gonna let that body filler set up for a few minutes, and then, while I do that, I'm actually gonna hook the battery booster up, and then we'll just see what this is for power, and then we can hook up the pump, see if it kicks on, which it should, obviously, and kind of go from there. Is the plan, anyways. So it's going. It's bummer having the tank be no good, because that's probably going to be expensive. But whatever. And I hate crappy old fuel tanks, and I hate working on crappy old fuel tanks because you want to like weld them or do whatever, and that's how you blow up and die. So you're mad that the fuel tank's gonna cost you $1,000, but having all your fingers and toes, there's some value to it. And it's weird, it's got, can I see that light? I don't know. I thought maybe it was like repaired or something at some point there, but I don't know. We'll see. Junky old fuel tank. What are you gonna do?
Arm.
Probably gasoline.
Oh.
And I had, like, it's all over my face too, but when I was wire wheeling the undercoating off. So obviously what happened was water got in the tank or something, or water got behind the undercoating and just sat and rotted. So undercoating's a two-way street. It does hold stuff out, but it also holds stuff in. So you gotta kind of deal with that. So anyway, hook it all up, see what happens. Well, it's been. I had took the fuel system all the way apart because the feed was plugged, put a bunch of air in there, and then I had to put like a wire in there, and then I siphoned it out, and I got a mouthful of gas, so that was fun. Then we've been playing with ignition, and like there was none, and I was jumpering stuff, and there was just, there's stuff like this all over this car, like just twisted together wires. The coil wire was cut for some reason. Gotta say, the guy that I got it from, he was a bit of a character, but he did say it ran. And it appears though in the condition it was in, it did not.
You didn't say when it ran.
Well, there is a chance it ran, then he got hammered and started working on it. But we were playing with it, and it's been a zillion on-off, Colin Murr, for moral support. And then I sprayed some brake clean in it, and then it ran just a little bit and then died. I had forgotten to put the rotor back in. There's all sorts of stuff. We had the coil disconnected. So, but the thing now, I guess I can do this, but we can hear the injectors. Oh, the key is off, eh?
Yeah, turn it off.
The injectors were clicking, so that was good. It does smell like old gas got burned. I did have this clamp off. I should probably tighten this back up. So if it runs, that'd be a nice little victory, but I'm not 100% sold just yet. But we're getting there. I've definitely wanted, if there was a carburetor setup sitting on the bench, I would be putting it on. Let's just leave it at that. It's now dark out and I'm cranky. Oh, we gotta put just connect the fuel pump back together. Okay. The starter's not happy. I tell Murray the starter's not happy. He's like, I've never had to change a starter. One of these. Oh, okay. I must be lying. Come on, girl. I wonder if it was just running off of the battery seems. It might have just been running off of the brake clean I had sprayed in there. But that does mean we have spark. Pass me the brake clean. Which is a win to a certain extent.
Oh, I could have done that.
All right, ready? See if it'll blow up. I could have done that. Why would it run and then now not? I wonder if the gas is just that bad. It's also down to 10 volts. I'm wondering.
I don't even let the battery charge.
We have jumper. Where is the battery charger here? Is it over here? Well, yeah, we'll plug it in, we'll see. Because maybe it's one of those things like on modern stuff, if it doesn't get 11 or 12 volts, she's no happy to run. We could just hook the Raptor up to it. Get a little Ford in it. Because I mean, it has been sitting there with the pump and stuff on it. All right, well, let's get hooked up here, and everything you're doing is in my way.
Well, I have nowhere to go.
Everything, Danielle. All right, we hooked up the booster to it, and the pump immediately sounded more pumpy.
Something's smoking.
What?
That battery.
Well, what's going on here now? Sounded like we had a bad. Where was it smoking from?
There was just around the battery, there was some kind of smoky action.
I don't know why it won't crank now. Felt like a bad battery connection, but what is going on now? How is it possible, Danielle? Be unhappy all of a sudden? Okay, so it fires. I took the fuel pump off when I was messing with it. I wonder if that's causing it to be unhappy. This battery charger's got some sort of a safety, like, hey, buddy.
Hey, pal.
I don't know what you're doing. We don't like it. It still says on. And it sounds like it's rocking and rolling a little harder. Okay, come on. Come on. Oh no. I love hot rods. Why? Just work. There we go. Come on, girl. What do you think? Let's just make sure nothing was leaking. Oh, it's leaking something. Oh, that might just be. Oh, it's probably gas, actually. I guess I leaked a bunch, eh? Okay, let's just give it. Still check the oil. I think, was there any water in it? I never check any of these things. I never thought I'd get this far. What is this? What is the purpose? That's me, the Leatherman. It's got like a bolt on it or something. Wow, there you go. Okay. So now if it runs, and we have, what is this? Man, does it smell like old gas though, eh? Holy moly, it's a bad smell. So if it runs, we can get the, I'll try the other side. If we can get the brakes to work and the clutch to work, if I can steal the shifter out of the other car, we might be able to have a little bit of fun. What is this? Who designed this? Okay, let's maybe, should we dare putting some coolant? What is this? Is this even a rad cap? Oh, what feels over here? That's great, man. I was complaining, I was talking to Murr about where everything is. I was like, this is stupid, this and that. And you know what he said? Welcome to working on an 1800. Oh God, it smells bad back here. I had, is this, cool? Oh, that's real coolant, okay. Well, let's put some coolant in it. And then see if it all leaks at the bottom. I don't know if I have another jug of coolant. I don't really want to put water or anything because it's winter. I'll forget this thing outside. That's a nice little victory right there. Okay, we'll fire it up and let it run a little bit. Well, we'll fill up the coolant, we'll come back. Okay,
It had coolant.
It had coolant in it. We just gave it a quick double check the oil. Gonna reset the battery charger. What is this doing? I guess that means it's good. Yeah, it had coolant in it, it had oil in it.
You put some of the...
Put Lucas in it because I'm a believer. I took it in. Last one I was at work and I was using it. One of the young guys told me, "You're old." I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "Only old people use Lucas." I said, "You're not wrong. But when you're working on old junk like I always have," he drives a, I don't know, Infinity or something. And I was doing an oil change on the 56 Chevy truck. Oh, starter. I should have grabbed one from that guy yesterday. I was even thinking that because he had one, a bunch of them. At least it sounds cool. Oh, come on. This is the... Man! Oh. I missed a call from Merle. Let's give him a call back real quick. Oh. You have to edit that. Hello? Oh, hey, I had it running. I missed your call.
Good. Oh, good. Oh, well, I don't know how you got it running, but...
Well, I jumpered a bunch of wires until it started.
Yeah.
There's really no big deal. I read your little text though. The tachometer, there is no tachometer, so it can't control the coil. Mind you, you know what? There's two coils in this thing. So obviously somebody had messed with it, but...
Two coils?
Well, one's just an old coil and someone zip tied like a new one beside it. Something you and me would do.
Okay, so that is the original one. It's like bolted to the firewall or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, we're filming a video right now, Murray. You should just talk to the people like you were actually here.
Yeah.
Saying exactly how it is. How's Victoria? Everyone asks about you, Murray. How are you?
No, just swell.
Oh, I don't know, Danny. Oh, just swell. Sorry.
That old coil, like when they were new, they had an armored cable between the ignition switch and the ignition coil.
Okay.
That prevent anti-theft, right? So nobody could jumper the coil. Like that one that's bolted to it has only one wire on it.
Yeah, what I did now is there was a wire going to it that was brown, another wire that was brown that was cut, and it had power on crank and on key, so I just hooked that up to it with a crimp connector. So I think that's factory.
Yeah, that extra coil is what people did. They just got another coil and zip tied it to it and bypassed that whole mess, because those things used to screw up. The ignition switch used to screw up, and the keys would break off. So they have, in the Middle Ages when you were working on these things. Yeah, well, that's
in the 1900s, I think it was called.
Yeah, well, that's
all right.
what it is.
Well, I'm gonna keep messing with this thing, but we put coolant in it. Well, it had coolant in it. So this thing, like the rad cap's just a plug, and it's got like the expansion can on the side. Is that what it is?
Yeah. The radiator cap is on that expansion tank, so the radiator just plugs it off solid, and it's got a little hose that goes to it.
Yeah, so it's actually full of coolant, which makes, I put maybe, I don't know, a quart or something in it. So obviously it must hold coolant, and it wasn't water because there's nothing pouring on my shoes.
That's good.
So that's cool, and I guess we'll see if let it run a little bit, build some pressure. There's no gauges in it, but it must have oil pressure because it's not knocking. At least I can't hear it over the open exhaust, so can't be knocking badly.
Oh yeah, but it started up and went brum brum.
It actually started very easily, which is shocking.
Now it's just the starters.
Fuel injection when it's working is good.
Yeah, well now when it's working, it's good. You should work for Holly, but when it works great. Well, that's good. So now I got that. We can see if I got to take the transmission apart of the other car and put the shifter in. Because if it has brakes and the clutch works, it should be good. Actually, the thing when we were messing with the clutch, it was stuck, like the clutch engaged.
Right.
So after I obviously it was someone gave it one heave and it stuck. So I whacked it back with a hammer. So hopefully that'll be fixed.
Yeah. No, that's what I used to have to do with the 123 every year. The disc sticks to the flywheel, so you just put it in gear, and put in the clutch and start it with your foot on the brake, and it goes lurch and then breaks loose and then it's fine. So that's probably all it is on that thing.
You make Volvo sound like they're terrible if you have to do it every year. That's like a bit of a gas leak there, but... All right, I'm gonna run this thing a little bit and rev it right to the moon and see what happens.
Well, that's good. I sent you 2 diagrams, wiring diagrams for the 2 different cars, like the E and the S. So I don't know.
Well, I don't know if you heard it running, but I don't need the diagram anymore because it runs.
Well, no, it's got the diagram for everything else, like your wires and lights and shit like that.
I'm assuming everything's fine.
Of course.
Glass half full.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I really, now just running and driving, I'll probably paint it and just pay for a flight for a service call for you to come out here. And you can deal with everything. That's much easier.
I'll get my best man on it.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All righty.
Bye. You want to rev it a little bit?
Might as well end the video that way.
With it exploding? End the video that way. We moved the microphone back to Danielle because I assume it's probably going to be blowing out the speakers. Can I fire this thing up? I want to see if it's charging. What a benefit that would be. Put my ear protection on this. I'm going to do this. Jammer. Where is something I need? Riveting TV. Everyone's done this exact thing though. Okay, that's good. How many starts is it going to be before it goes? You want to take a bet? 6? Here's your first chance. It goes. Tap. 4.
Why'd it stop?
Did I fluke something there? I had this jammed in here, it was running, I pulled it out and it stopped. That was just, that can't be. How can that be anything? Came from the tack, and I wonder if I had that in there just by fluke, and that's what it was. I was so high highs followed by low lows.
Well, here, take this back so you can.
I don't know what could have happened at this point. So we still have, turn the key to the on position. There's still power at the coil. Okay. This had power, which was the power to the confuser. It smells like gas, is it? Nothing's leaking, eh? Well, what have we done, Danielle?
Just shimmy the thing around and try starting it.
Shimmy the thing around. Try cranking it. Nope. So it's sparking now. It feels like it's got no, gas. I wonder if the The fuel went goofy again. See if I can loosen this and just see. Don't really want it. No, it's lots of gas. Lots of gas. Okay, so what did we just do to cause it not to work? It's running fine, then just died. Trials and tribulations of DD Speed Shop. Was the, I guess these injectors are still key on? Okay, well if the injectors are going, then that means it has to be happy. All right, well, we'll give it a see what's wrong, I guess.
Want to crank it?
Hang on, I'll just pull this coil wire and we'll see if it's.
Should I turn it off?
Yeah, turn it off. Pull this out. Okay, crank it. Try to crank it. Okay. Okay, so it's shooting spark. It clearly has fuel there. Why would it run so good and then just die all of a sudden, Danielle?
Just try it again.
Well, let's spray a little sauce down it and see. This will tell us, hopefully anyways, it's actually got spark. Okay, crank it. Well, I don't think, well, I don't know what's wrong with it. How? The lows are tough. I was so happy just minutes ago. Okay, well, it must have done something. It had to, like, but I don't know. I mean, the injectors are clicking away. I've jumped the fuel pump. It clearly, well, has spark at the coil. I got to assume it's.
It really smells like gas.
Well, because I sprayed a bunch of gas everywhere there. What could have happened there? All I did was I moved this. I wonder if there's something in here. Like. Okay, well, I guess I'll mess around a little and see if there's like a smoking gun wire that has done something, but it just doesn't seem like it should be this complicated. I think this is a we'll be right back situation. We did nothing other than I retraced everything and I was just checking to see if the injector had a pulse, and it did. And then it started to want to go, but hang on, there's no. Okay. Might just be really bad fuel. Keep cranking. 4-cylinder doesn't have a very nice whatever, but what?
Now talk.
What?
Now talk.
Oh, we can just shut it off. It smells like cigarettes. Shut it off there. Not a bad little win. It definitely was not stoked to start. It sounds like a little ice racing unit or something like that, but so really now all we got to do is there's 3 relays on this side, I believe. One of them is the fuel pump relay, so we got to see what that's all about. Again, the wire that was going front to back. So this car is a 68 1800 S, which never would have had the opportunity to be fuel injected, and it has like a 1970 or 71 or something like that later model motor. So this is a B20. It would have had a B18, which is a 1.8. This is a 2.0, and it's fuel injected, so this has more horsepower, and then obviously all the benefits of fuel injection. But so they must have had obviously a parts car or a wrecked car and switched everything over because it requires all the stuff. And what Murr was saying was the fuel injection on these cars, it's the exact same as the other cars, but it's a complete wiring harness, so it's like an add-on. So nothing else in the car changed, and the fuel injection was its own deal. Obviously it picks up power and stuff from a few different places, but realistically it's no big deal. So we have to see, like, did they grab power from this relay? Did they, whatever, is the relay bad? Is there
Chase things.
Breaking a wire? There's some real goofy wiring there, obviously twisted together, tape stuff, old coil sitting around. Like, yeah, it's going to be some cleaning up for sure, but that's a pretty big win. That makes me feel pretty good now. If it runs, that's pretty good. Had coolant in it, we got the clutch working. If the brakes work, I might screw around a little bit with the back brakes now, but now I can go back and forth between bodywork and little victories. Because in theory, if there's a shifter in this thing and the clutch works, like, it could be driven, which would be pretty friggin' sweet. And I'm sure it needs to be driven a little bit because I think the gas it stinks bad in here. But win. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out and being along for this ride. I don't know what I'm going to do with some bodywork videos. I'll probably come and go a little bit here and there. I find it very boring for myself, and I think for people to watch, and I'm by far no expert. I'm just kind of doing my thing. But I'd like to get belt line down, bodyworked, and then if I can, I can drive it around and take it anywhere I want and do, the top bodywork, which doesn't have to be on the lift for. So that'd be pretty slick. Thanks for watching. Make sure you say hi to Murr. We'll see you on the next one.